Alright, tubes. Big camera battery is charging. Got you on the GoPro right now. I don't know where my head mount went. I'm gonna find it. I haven't used it in a while. It might actually be on the bench somewhere. Which is kind of turned into a disaster again, as usual, because there's various projects going on here. I don't know where the hell it went. I don't think it's in here though. I got a sander I'm working on repairing it. Freaking kicked the bearing. Look at that. This is what's left. That's what's going there. So, anyways, getting sidetracked. We know two things about this car. Three things. One, it's a piece of shit. I'm just kidding. Kind of is, but we're hoping to make it not so much a piece of shit. So it won't quite run on ether, but it will try and fire. Myself and another reviewer think that it could be timing related. Somehow it skipped timing. The story was on this car was that the fuel pump was replaced. I guess they put fuel in it, and then it stopped running. So, stopped running. But it would run on ether. They sprayed a bunch of ether in there, and it would run on it until it was out. We cannot get it to run on ether. It will fire, as I just mentioned, but it will not stay running for any more than a second, or running at all. It just fires and fires and pops out the intake. So that sounds like timing. The timing has jumped on it for somehow. But we don't have any fuel. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to jack the rear end up and get it on stands so I can climb under here and pull the fuel tank. And it actually looks pretty easy. So I want to get the fuel tank dropped down, and I want to get the fuel pump out, and I want to see if maybe something like the electrical connection came undone or whatever. Because me and Adam have gone through and we verified our relays are clicking. You can actually physically feel that the relay is clicking. We're getting power back here at the connector, but nothing. The pump's not doing anything, and we have no pressure at the fuel rail. So we know that the fuel pump is not working at all, but we have a suspicion of jump timing. Now, I have it in the garage here, and conveniently it's just small enough in this tiny-ass garage to where we can just barely work on it. And I can access the fuel tank like I need to, and all our timing stuff, if we have to work on it, is going to be right here. So I just have to move some crap out of the way. Some of the section needs to be consolidated and minimized. So, but yeah, we can get to everything right here and work on it in cover and not be rained on, snowed on, or whatever may happen. We can shut the door and it'll warm up in here after a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to dropping the fuel tank, and probably in a couple hours this big battery on the other camera will be charged up. I might break it out. For right now I'm probably going to have this on the GoPro as I sneak around back to the thingamajig. So anyways, yeah, let's get this thing jacked up and then drop the fuel tank and see what we got.
A little bit more. That's good. Oh my god. Oh, you tripped the tire and you shifted.
Well, I got the trans jack out. God, you know this thing, what did I buy this for? I think I bought this for the Explorer. Hint, hint. So, got it up on stands. I really wish I had what Musty 1 has, where he's got that little lift in the center and basically can lift up just about anything. Well, not everything, but a lot of things. Like that would be perfect for this, because then we can hop under here and be a little bit safer. But I had to put just jeans on and a jacket. It's actually like 55 degrees out here. So this tank is actually going to be pretty easy to drop. The only thing that I'm worried about is how much fuel is in it, because yeah, I just hope it's not right full. If it is right full, that just means that this fuel sender unit is possibly working. You know, I have an idea. If I disconnect that, you guys still see? Hang on, let me adjust you. Ah, that's perfect. So if I disconnect this, what would that? Because with this connected, the fuel gauge says full. So I know on my truck, my Ford truck, different brand, but when you unplug this connection here, it will read empty on the fuel gauge, and I see something that's a problem. Ready? Let's see. Probably leave that alone. But check this out. Okay. So that's gonna throw a check engine light. Then I'll have to fix that. Just disconnect that right now by gently pulling on it. This is for the vent. We got our two fuel lines right here. I'm gonna have to get a drip pan and disconnect those. See how we. Oh yeah, that's easy. That's easy. We're gonna have to put fresh fuel in this thing. Just a word of caution when using this around fuel. Be cautious. It's kind of what we did. Try and put fresh fuel in it. It was Adam's idea. I'm just like, I don't think it's gonna do anything. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these clamps back on, and I'm probably just gonna lower the tank just enough to flex the hoses. I really want to keep this contained. I don't want to make a huge mess. And of course, GM doesn't give you an access panel to the fuel pump. But you know, I don't know what's worse. You know, that or like what Ford did on one car is they gave you an access panel to the fuel pump, but the fuel pump was too big to get out of the access panel. Just freaking aggravating. You know what'd be funny is to modify one of these pieces here and put an inline fuel pump. Well, I think what I'm going to do is get the jack under here and get the jack under here, get it supported, start undoing these straps, get them out of the way, and then I'm going to just slowly lower the tank, and hopefully she doesn't flop around too much. I got a pretty wide base on the thing, so. All right, I've got the jack positioned. It is a 15 millimeter on this. At least there's some room here to work with. Wow, that's pretty good. I need to get a ratchet. This fuel pump was supposedly replaced by a company called Accurate Auto. I call them Inaccurate Auto because they're just not very good. They were gonna charge. Let's see. I first got that Explorer. I'm gonna Explorer, and we're like, oh, well, you know, we'll just have them do the oil change, and we're like, yeah, it'll be well, it's synthetic, so it's gonna be like $100 some. And we're like, Okay, so let's see what happens when we start to lower this a little bit. Feels like it has fuel in it, that's for sure. Oh shit! It's got a full tank. Right, full of gas. Wow. I mean, it's full. And that's not really a good thing. So, yeah. But I got it out. This is not too bad. I just kind of, the straps, you just push them out of the way. So, that wasn't too bad. I definitely didn't want to do it out here, because the weather's been so off and on that it's just like, forget about it. But yeah, probably what I'll do next time is just put this thing up on my wheel ramps. I think that's about as tall as they are. They might be a little bit taller, but yeah, it doesn't run, so we'll leave these on here. Those keep the tank from rubbing up against the body. Yeah, it's right full. So we just want to make sure that we don't have any broken wires. With this disconnected, there was no change in the fuel gauge up front, so I have a feeling it either has to see that this is moving around in order for it to change, or it's because it'll say full when it reaches, like, let's say 0 ohms. So there's no resistance and it just says it's full at 0 ohms. So that may be how this is set up. And if I had a working voltmeter, which I blew mine up, we could probably pin it and see what the resistance is and see if that's even working. I'm going to get the air gun and just kind of blast that out. And just a safe note, be careful when using compressed air and stuff around fuel, because it can create a fuel vapor, and if you have any type of igniter, such as that right there, you could have a bad day. Alright, got a little bit of life on the battery. It's charged halfway. Let's see. I've got a hammer. I just need a chiseling apparatus. I hope we don't find anything nasty in here. So my cat saw the neighbor cat outside, and things are starting to get a little interesting. Oh my god. Oh! What? Oh god. Yeah, this was replaced. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it doesn't even have a strainer. The strainer's gone. Okay, that, I don't know if that pump's probably just seized solid. Oh man. Well, there's what's left of the strainer. Woo! That is a disaster. That is seriously a disaster. That is... Oh man. There is some serious trash in this fuel tank. Alright, I gotta show you this. I don't... It's just a hot freaking mess. And then this doesn't have a strainer. It's missing. It's looked like maybe part of it was on there, but it's gone. And I think I see part of it right there. And this tank is, it's literally full right up to there. Yeah, it's full right to here. Oh man. Okay, so here's the story. This was replaced 10 years ago. Like 2008, 2009. Let's see. 08 was when it was last, or 07, excuse me. So I think it was, yeah, about 9 or 10 years ago it was replaced. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen Ford fuel pumps, original, not even come close to this. Even my truck looked, all we have to do is sender unit. Or actually, wait. Is that supposed to be like that on the return line? I'm gonna get the scabies off here. I think Adam's not gonna be very happy. We may go do get a junkyard unit, find one that works, and go that route. Honestly, well, not like it was that hard to get out. Anyways, it was a couple of hoses, some connectors that came undone perfectly fine, and then was it 2 13mm bolts? Oh, no, they were 16, 15. We could go in there real basic. So I think we're gonna have to get this whole unit. This is, look at this. I'm gonna disassemble that and see what's going on. See if it's salvageable. I spent a little bit of time and got a lot of the scale off, and it looks like this guy here, this return line, has 2 offset holes, so maybe it's supposed to be like that, so like when it gets full, like up to here, it just starts dripping through here and it's not causing a restriction in the return. So it doesn't look like it's rotted, it looks like it's actually meant to be like that way, so I'm gonna leave it. I don't see any other pinholes or anything going on here. This is fairly thick stuff, but it is grody, and so I'm gonna go through and brake clean it out. I also need to get this rotted hose off here, and looks like I got some replacement stuff that'll work for this, and we can repair that. Adam asked me, does the pump work? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's rusted solid. Excuse no. Yeah, it's not going back together. We have to get a new pump for this. Not only that, I split the O-ring. The O-ring is like just turning to dust. Oh yeah, she's rusted solid. Not solid, but it is moving. But I was just barely tapping on it, and this is just breaking. It's so brittle. I had to brake clean the lines out. There was a big chunk of shmoo in it. Yeah, this has to be all smooth too to create the right amount of pressure as well. This doesn't look like a new pump. I kind of got it moving. Well, it's kind of working. Taking it apart didn't help it, but it is moving fuel right now. Barely. So I think what we can get away with is putting a new strainer in and a new fuel pump, and then we can get the fuel system working, and then I have to fix that connection there. I'm thinking it's probably corroded, but I'm gonna take it apart a little further and see what we need to do to get that to be reliable, and then it'll be a matter of putting a new strainer in, a new fuel pump, and I'm going to pop out that fuel filter up there on the rail. I'm going to put a new one in because I don't trust it. I have a feeling that that's plugged right full. I'll let that go until it starts to wind down, and then I will put that battery on the charger and I'll find another one to use. Well, that round's going in my car, so...
Oh, that bad gas.
Oh, Adam's here now. We're, I think we're almost to half tank on this thing.
Would you like some rest flakes?
So I went and bought this crappy $5 hand pump. We found the magic trick to get that to flow pretty good. You're like, it's like milking a cow. I mean, she's just flowing.
Yeah, it's like, gotta get a big bowl of rust.
Yeah, the tank's a little dirty. Fuel pump's shot. The motor part works, but it just doesn't pump because I took it apart. I mean, I had to take it apart to get it to work anyways. But then it doesn't work.
Why would you think it worked? You're like, oh, shut
Oh,
up.
it was all crunchy, and I had to spray some lubricant down it to free it up. If I had the money, I would have just ordered the pump and strainer and the filter while I was there, but I gotta wait till payday.
Yeah, Accurate Auto was supposedly replace this pump, but the way it looks and the connections and how the condition of the pump is, I don't believe they did shit to it.
No. Like I said, I think they tapped the tank because they found it had a wonky connection.
Got it running again, and they're like, oh, you're good to go, see ya.
Where's our $500? Where's our money?
Yeah, Sleazy Auto. I think we're about full on that thing.
It's getting pretty heavy. I think that one vehicle we might get for free that I haven't heard from my friend about yet will fit right in here, and if we jack it up, I'm going to put it up on the wheel stands.
Yeah.
The front end at least, and we might be able to do the transmission shenanigans in here. I've always wanted to.
Don't say too much of that because we haven't heard back from your friend and the channel guys. All of our viewers will get mad. They're like, why are you guys saying?
I've always wanted a with a 5-speed.
God, this thing really sucks.
I think we can take a break on it. It's almost full. You know what's great? Putting a funnel that just had gas on it next to 2 battery chargers that are live.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I've just about drained this tank. It's considerably lighter now. I've got half a can here now. Just been sitting here. We put about 2.5 to 3 gallons in his car, and this has got some fresh gas in it, so it's not completely garbage. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. I put half a tank in the Honda. It's full now, so I won't have to buy fuel this week. Because we did put a couple gallons of fresh gas in here, and I think it had some stuff in it from a little while ago. I can't remember. It has a little bit of, questionable smell to it, but it's not. I've seen some pretty nasty fuel, so I think this will be it'll be okay. But the Honda had half a tank of fresh fuel in it, and then it's mixed in with this stuff, so I think we'll be all right. I'll find out in the morning. Might have to go get the tow dolly with the truck. Yeah, just trying to get it empty so that we can fish out some of the garbage that's in there. And then I'm going to order on Friday, I'm going to order the new fuel pump strainer and a fuel filter for the frame rail. And we should be able to see if we can get the thing running. Well, tubers, that's enough of that crap. We got the tank half. Yeah, I think I'd take about 10 gallons or so. Topped off both cars.
And the strainer was just disintegrating.
Yeah, we're trying to grab whatever's left of the strainer, and it was just turning to there's nothing left. Yeah. So, yep, I'm gonna wrap up. I'm gonna put the sender back in there and just kind of seal that up so I'm not getting, gas fumes too much in the garage now. But I do have just about a full can. Probably toss that in the car.
Those two are full.
Yeah, right full.
We filled them up with the gas, and there's still gas in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's enough of that shit.